Greetings. This is TKTRAV, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. And today I'd like to talk a little bit on the subject of communication with higher level beings, with inorganic beings. Now this conversation has been in my head for a few days, and I've really been meaning to make this video a few days ago, but for some reason I misplaced my notes. And we know nothing happens by coincidence. It's inspired by a comment that viewer Narwa has left under one of my videos, and I'll go ahead and display that comment now. But it goes into talking about the experience of dealing with inorganic entities. Okay, you gotta think about this concept here. Everything in this dimension of the physical world that has life is an organic being. Life can't exist any other way, or so we're taught. But beings like angels that exist on a higher frequency don't possess bodies because they are more permanent fixtures of reality. Okay, they don't pass away. They set things in motion. What I've been learning here for the past few months is the major difference of dealing with demonic energy and dealing with angelic energy. Huge difference. Huge difference in how they manifest, how they communicate, the things that they both do. See, working with the spirits of the Goetia, it's very hands-on, very personal, very in your face or in your head. When you're dealing with this current of energy, whatever demonic spirit you're working with or whatever daemon entity you're working with, their energy is very close. I guess because they're denser, lower vibration, it's a lot easier to feel that presence and the type of feeling that comes with it. Okay, it's a very powerful feeling, but the communication is more direct. Okay, when dealing with angels, you got to understand their seat in, what's the word called? Their seat on the food chain is much higher than the demonic spirits and the average humans. So the things that they have to deal with are more important. Okay, when you invoke an angel to the physical plane, something big is gonna change. Okay, a little bit bigger than, you know what I'm saying, if you work with the demonic spirit. They do more personal things, smaller things, more human-based things. Angelic spirits, when they move everything involved with whatever you're asking it to work on. If you're asking this angel to help with finances, prepare for a major shift. Okay? If you're working for love and romance and all that stuff, prepare for a major shift. Like you're going to relocate, or something big is going to happen to get you to that place you're asking. Angels deal with major transformation. Okay? Now these entities communicate through reality. So what do I mean by that? You ever wonder how you'll be thinking in your head and you're walking down the street or you're driving, and as you're thinking of something, the words in your head, you look up and you see that same word on the billboard, right? And this keeps happening, right? You got to understand that this is a type of communication, all right? And it's advanced communication. It's a lot of information packed in a small symbol that only you're going to recognize. This is how angels communicate, in short bursts, but it's densely packed with information. It's symbolic communication, okay? You ever notice that you keep seeing certain numbers all the time? 1111. Why they call these angel numbers? 222, right? It's easy to look at the clock. With me, it's damn near every time I look at the clock, it's some type of number, whether it's all twos, all threes, all fours, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 3, 4, 5, that kind of thing, constantly. I'll tell you a story. of like a huge time this happened. About 10 years ago, I was hanging out with some of my Navy friends, and I mean, I would just keep telling them, like, man, I keep seeing 33 everywhere. I keep seeing 333. And at first, all of them were skeptical. You know, what are you talking about? You must be looking for it, right? But no, I would tell them, every time I turn around, there it is. It's just in my face. And I'd be so excited about it because it was like, you know, really weird, really freaky. And it got so bad to the point that as I began hanging out with these people more, they began to see the numbers. We're driving down the street and you look at the license plate in front of you, it's 333, right? Prices, the clock, all types of things, right? You know, we would almost say that it was contagious, you know? It was as if anybody we told about it and didn't believe it, now they began seeing it everywhere. Yeah, and that happened when I came home, you know. It was so serious that even my cousin got, you know, 333 tattoo because he sees it all the time and he understands that this is a communication. What's going on is there are entities on a higher realm communicating with us, with you, with me, with anyone who's paying attention. Honestly, just to keep it real, the universe is speaking to everyone, but most of us do not pay attention. That's why I say there's no such thing as coincidences. There's no such thing as, you know, accidents, happenstance. Events are placed in our lives to trigger different outcomes. That's what I mean when I say angels sit on a higher plane in the food chain. When they move something, it's to make something happen way down the line. They have super advanced cause and effect, understanding of cause and effect, because they exist outside of time. And the only way to exist outside of time is to be an inorganic thing, to be strictly spirit. All right? They're looking in. Now, that's not to say that reality is written in stone. What happens is they're able to see all the possibilities, because everything that we do is a vibration. We are a vibration. Your whole life is a vibration. So around you are other vibrations that affect other things. We talked about this in the last video, and it's called the overtone series when it's applied to music. We could call it string theory or whatever. But when you're working with these angelic spirits, you're causing major change. And you have to be patient with them because, like I said, they move little pieces of the puzzle to make a major outcome. So you got to be patient when working with angelic spirits. Because of their involvement with orchestrating the symphony of life, they typically are, when you're working with angels, they're typically going to push you in the direction of self-improvement. All right? And you'll start to notice that even to just work with these entities deeply, you have to start changing things about yourself. You'll notice that something is telling you to improve your diet. Watch what you eat. Cut this out of your diet. You'll begin to get signals and whispers in your ear about maybe you should start doing more exercise. Maybe you should start doing this or stop doing that. Maybe you should get more experience when it comes to balancing your checkbook. You know, different things you'll start to notice because these entities deal a lot with self-improvement. The angel that I'm working with currently specifies, her specialty is in harmony. So all these things are moving in my life to put me into a state of balance and harmony. And it gets contagious to where just dealing with other people, things just begin to fall into place so seamlessly. So seamlessly, it's bizarre. But I'm used to it by now. But yeah, like I said, these entities aren't in a physical body, right? So they don't have size, shape, or form. They are pure energy. They are light. They're pure light. And they send messages to you through light. Light is vibration, right? And when we feel this vibration, like I said about the demonic spirits, it translates, our conscious mind translates that vibration into words that we can understand. That's why they speak to you in symbols, numbers, things like that. It's to get your attention, and your subconscious mind understands what's being communicated. But it's up to your conscious mind to start interpreting these symbols. That's why it's so important to understand the language of symbology, because that is the language of the universe, the language of the angels, the language of the spirits. I mean, you'll begin to see things all the time, you know, like the shapes of the clouds and maybe shadows and things like that. There's a phenomenon called PAREIDOLIA, and pretty much what it is like, you know, when you look at the front of a car and you can see a face, right? The little the lights and the grill with like eyes and a mouth, or maybe like a power outlet will look like a face. Pareidolia is basically when you see, when your brain recognizes the pattern of an organic creature in an inorganic thing, or in anything for that matter. That's what science calls that phenomenon. But look out for that as well. If you're working with these angelic spirits, you're going to begin to see things that kind of look like, you know, faces or whatever. And it's nothing scary, nothing schizophrenic. All that I'm saying here is, when you intentionally are working with angels, you can begin to expect them to communicate with you. And it's not going to be through words. It's most likely going to be through symbols, through numbers and things like that. So pay attention to these things and don't doubt yourself. All right? When you see that communication, understand that it is a communication. You're not making it up. You're not going crazy. You're not trying too hard. Just let it flow. Let it happen. Now, on that note, it's also great to really make sure that you're practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is the state of mind when you're meditating, and it comes as a result of meditation, where you're able to place full awareness on your present state. You're able to be here now. You're able to hear your thoughts and understand that it's just the body, just the five senses talking. You're able to realize that you're in this current environment. Basically, you're not in your head daydreaming. You're here right now. And this is really good for grounding yourself and keeping your energy tight, right? Instead of having it leak all over the place. Keeps your aura clean. And it helps you to receive these types of messages. When you start working with angels, you have to kind of step yourself up. You have to reach closer to their vibration. That's why they teach self-improvement. The cleaner your body is, the healthier your body and your mind is, the easier it is for you to contact and be contacted by these entities. There's a great book out there called Angels of Magic. It's put out there by Gallery of Magic. And it goes into detail about the 72 angels of the Shemham Mepharash. Okay. Good practice is to just kind of read through books like that, get a good idea of who the angel is that you're working with, and go forward and have your own experience, because their personalities are going to be different to each individual. There are some similarities, which is why there are books that are written about them. But it's good to just go through these books, look at all their symbols and sigils, and see which one resonates with you, which one speaks to you, and just go for it. Work with the angel. You'll be surprised at how big the changes in your life are, and how quickly you'll start to reach your goals, because you're doing the right things instead of struggling and guessing and grasping for straws, because you have help from an entity that was designed to help man, right? They're there for us. You got to understand that also. You're not doing anything that you're not supposed to do. They are here to be utilized by us. No fear. No doubt. Try to minimize the distractions. Stay focused. Maintain your frame. Be ever vigilant. Exert your influence. Always be leading. The 4 precepts that were given to me by King Payman. So yeah, this video should help somebody out there who has questions about this particular subject. I'm having a great time working with Anuel. And I'm still working on my book dealing with Andros and Anuel. I'm still working on the courses that I mentioned in the last video. Still working on the consultations. You can email me. The email is underneath this description, and we can set up a time and a date. And also, if you have not already, join the Magus Society on Facebook. The link is also in the description. This is a place where a lot of us are gathered to discuss these type of subjects, to post questions, to give answers, and to just basically have a community of like-minded people who are here to help each other. Every now and then we get a troll, but they don't last very long. So yeah, this is TKTRAV, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. Peace.